Here's an interview from one of our past shows on Rock and Metal Revival. If you're interested in hearing full shows, go to our Facebook page and check out our list of affiliates for times and places where you can hear Rock and Metal Revival. There's brand new music, and I've been waiting for this for a while, my brother. You know what a big Crowbot fan I am.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And the new album out is called Mother Brain, and that is the first single called Low Life. And we want to welcome Bishop, the guitar player from Crowbot, to Rock and Metal Revival. Welcome, brother.
What up, guys? It's a pleasure to be here, man.
It's good to have you on the show with us, and it's good to hear new Crowbot music. It's been a little while since we heard from you guys.
Yeah, it just all kinds of stuff going on because we got dropped from the label sort of went under, and we were labelless for a while, so inking the deal and all that stuff just took so long. But I'm glad, that we're on Mascot now. They're great with us, man, and I think they'll do some awesome stuff for the band.
Well, I know when the last album came out, you guys, I think it was Welcome to Fat City, if I'm not, I'm going to be correct. Okay. Now, you guys were out on tour with Black Label Society and a lot like Anthrax and bands like that, really getting a groundswell of fans opening up those shows. Have you been able to keep in touch with them, and have you felt that when, like, I know you guys were just in Europe?
Yeah, dude. We, I guess, we started the band in 2011, and we were fortunate enough to do some huge tours with some of our favorite bands. And when we had such a big break between albums, we'd written 50 or 60 songs, and we were just like, all right, let's reach out to some of these people and do some co-writes, and just write songs with some of the people that we look up to the most and see if they would be into it, and we did. We wrote with JD from Black Label. We wrote with Clint from Seven Dust, Tim Stolt from Clutch, Frank Bello from Anthrax,
cool.
Howard Jones, Killswitch, Light the Torch. I mean, it was pretty insane. Some of these guys that we, still to this day look up to so much. And none of those songs made the record. So,
oh man,
it's insane to me that now we have all these songs that are super cool and are definitely worthy of being on the record. It's just when we did make the record with Cory, it was one of the things we all got in the room together, and we just whatever feels good. We're like, man, we have all these songs. What are you feeling, Cory? You're producing the record, and some of those songs didn't make it, or all those songs didn't make it, actually. So hopefully we can do something with them.
So being a big guitar guy, dude, I got to hand it to you. There's some really great, cool guitar tones on here. How long did you do a whole lot of experimenting? Did you use electronic? Did you use real pedals, or did you use, all the software inside the computers, or what did you use?
Well, I'm a pedal guy, so I have just a whole, my live rig is pretty insane too.
Yeah.
So most of the manipulation and stuff comes from different delays I've collected, and I have a couple go-tos, it's a Vox time machine that does all the crazy oscillating. That Ibanez Echo Shifter. Those are my go-tos, but for recording the record, initially we didn't have a lot of time to do the record. We were down there for I think it ended up being a month, but we had set aside time for live guitars, miking up real guitars, but initially the plan was all right, we're going to do everything with pre-production with Kemper. We're going to do all Kemper tracks, and then we'll go back and re-record everything. And we ended up using a lot of the Kemper tracks because we got to dial in contrasting tones to what we knew the live tracks would be.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of diesel amps on it, Fender stuff. I forget there's another, all Kemper profiling, but
nice.
that as well as my orange rocker verb was like the live, like what we actually mic'd up in the room. But it was cool to be able to do that, nowadays, and it sounded really good.
Yeah, definitely.
Hey, now, Bishop, I've been a fan since the debut album, and when this came to me, now seeing you as a three-piece, are you guys going out on stage live as a three-piece, or are you bringing in fill-in basses?
No, we have a bass player. It's just because before we had James from Wilson like filling in, and we knew that day was coming to where like he wouldn't be able to do both bands.
Mm-hmm.
And right now he's on the road with them, and so when that happens, we go out with our good buddy Eddie Collins. And, who knows? Eddie might end up staying for the gig. We love him, and he fits the part, and, he does a great job. It's just, we figured it out as we needed,
Okay.
Well, being a guitarist, I know bass players are a pain to deal with, so. But,
you said it, not me.
So, did you record all the bass parts on this one?
Yeah, I did, and Cory Lowry recorded some of them as well. He plays guitar in Seether now, but for years he played bass. He was in one of my favorite bands when I was a kid called Stuck Mojo, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean
that's Fozzy, right?
Yeah,
part of Fozzy now, isn't it?
Yep.
Nice.
And it's just groove metal, That's what I always loved about it. It's like rap rock because that was the time of what it was. It was huge at that time, but it's all groove stuff. I was always more of a Pantera guy than a Slayer guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I was always into that side of things.
Yeah, that's what I like about Crowbot. They got the funk, a little bit
Like
of
a
funk
groove.
to it,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, it's like funk is such a. I love funk. Don't get me
Me
wrong.
too.
Like,
Yeah.
Mother Brain is like the perfect, name for like maggot brain and like Zappa influence and like a heavier spin on it.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know where I was going with that, but yeah, rock and roll.
Exactly, I get it, man. I'm really looking forward to seeing you guys out on the road. Now, you guys out on like a tour with just yourselves, or you got a package deal? I know you're coming to Madison to play the Taste of Madison.
The first half of these shows will be a package with our friends. Faith Got a Driver.
Okay.
That's Eddie Reyes from Taking Back Sunday. He put together a band, and like my best friend sings for him, Randy Scholes. So, and we played in bands together for years and years. So it's cool to like tour together, and but also it's cool to not be in a band together. So it'll be fun. Last night was the first night that we got to meet up. We did like a listening party for the record, and it was a lot of fun.
Now, I got a question. Not really a question. I'm just going to throw you out to throw an explanation out to our listeners. I've seen Crowbot 3 times now, and Taste of Madison will be my 4th time. Tell people what they're going to get to see when they see Crowbot live at Taste of Madison.
We're sort of tongue-in-cheek. It's fun. It's like a fun show, like rock and roll is supposed to be fun. We've never been one of those bands that like, even though our music is pretty serious for the most part, like we smile on stage. And I think it's an important thing to have come across for people to like your band and relate to it. Like, you have to enjoy yourself. So we play high energy rock and roll. There are moments that are heavier and like angry face, and then there's parts where, Brendan, I've kissed, almost everybody in the band on stage at one point. You know what I mean? Like, that's just gonna happen. Everyone's gonna fight it, but I'm gonna kiss them at one point. So, it's I think.
So is this adult rated show now? Is this an adult rated? Is this an adult rated show now, or are you guys? Just kissing, right? Just kissing, nothing else.
Just a peck. Nothing. It's not sexual.
No open mouth.
Yeah,
Okay,
just some brotherly love.
Okay,
You know?
okay.
Man, brotherly love. But I don't know. That's my. I think that's what sets Crowbot apart. You know, and the fact that we have a singer that is amazing.
Brandon's amazing. Yes,
Definitely. A lot of variety on this album too, as far as tones and letting the music breathe. A lot of bands just put out music and the songs are just rah, 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 the whole 3 or 4 minutes, but you guys got a lot of textures in there and stuff. Was that something you were going for on this one?
Yeah, just the songwriting in general in this is like we tried to build songs a little better than we have in the past. Whether that be with Brandon singing in lower registers and not always on 10, you know, saving those big notes, you know, to build the song. And then, like, guitar-wise, like, I tried not to, this is hard for me, but I tried not to riff all the way through, you know, for 4 minutes.
Yeah.
I tried to really have peaks and valleys with, like, you know, maybe playing more chords. Maybe doing more textural delay stuff, you know, because to me, like, if it was up to me and we didn't have to worry about the vocals, it would just be like single note clutch riffs throughout the entire song.
Yeah.
But you know, we tried to give Brandon a little more space to sing some melodies, you know.
Cool. Now, the song Afterlife, I'm digging it, but I wanted to know, you think that song could have used some cowbell, maybe?
I think every song could have used some cowbell. The one that I pushed really hard for, that it did end up not working out, was Burn. The chorus of Burn, I was like, dude, that's where we need the cowbell. I was like, that's where I heard it so much, but, like, Cory fought me to the bitter end on not putting the cowbell in that.
Man.
Well, you know,
but we got the big ride, so that's close.
Yeah, that's close.
That's true.
Close.
Now I see that it's coming out. This album is a release this weekend, which we want to say congratulations on that first and foremost. But I see it's coming out on vinyl.
Yeah.
Nice.
Now, is this the first album you guys have had out on vinyl?
No, we've released everything on vinyl. But this record, it's going to be out on 180-gram vinyl, so it's a nice heavy-weighted record. And we have, like, this pink swirl, like 300 limited pink swirl. So those are super cool.
Are those going to be at the show?
So what?
Will they be available at the show?
Yeah, we've got some with us.
All right, sweet.
And then we have, like, the normal ones are just straight, like, purple.
Yeah,
but it's cool. The packaging and, like, I do all the art for the band and stuff. So
nice.
Everything's in, like, purples and pinks, and it's super trippy, dude. I love it.
Well, I know that you're one hell of a tattoo artist, so I can imagine what the art is like with around you most of the time.
Yeah, I mean, for this record, I went back to the original, like, something supernatural. Direction and feel. Like Fat City was definitely, we wanted to do something completely different for the art and the direction, but this one's definitely more of like a soft, more serious type of artwork. It's definitely it seems to be like everyone's favorite so far.
Very cool. Well, I know we're very forward to looking to see you guys up at Taste of Madison. It's been too long, and we're going to let you pick the song off here. You told us you wanted to play Drown. Why is that one special to you, Bishop?
Well, when we wrote that song, it was like right before we went in, and we were dealing with like A&R process and stuff, and they were really pushing to like get us to write something super poppy and something for radio, which, whatever, they have that outlet for us, and that's what Low Life was. We did that. We wanted to write the poppiest song we possibly could, so that's where Low Life came from. But Drown came because I was just mad that anyone was trying to tell me what